minutes more, I think 4:30.
Yeah,
It's not
3
4:30,
minutes
no?
more. It's only 4:28, so there's always a rush at 4:30. So let's wait for 2-3 minutes
But
more.
this thing has started. Live streaming has started, no?
Yeah, I gave that.
It does show.
So I can record it also. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, just 2 more minutes we can wait. Jamila, you can start your introduction.
And warm wishes. A warm welcome to everyone of the AIWC members who have joined us on this platform and who are going to view it later on our YouTube. All our well-wishers, faculty, students who are here with us today. We have been, in fact, very fortunate to get Tara Ramanujan with us today for the session 5 talk under the series Narratives of Cultural and Personal Experiences. This is actually the 56th session of our Literary and Cultural Forum. And as I said, the 5th one after we started the series on the narratives of personal experience. Under the series, we have been having a rich, I would say, fund of experiences from very distinguished and academic as well as non-academic individuals who have come to talk to us about their different paths that they have taken in life, the kind of activities they have been doing in the last years, the change, the appreciable change that has come to women's writing, to women's vision, to women's understanding of social changes, and the feminine experience that they wish to expose through their different kinds of skills and aesthetic experiences. Literature, as we all know, is a reflection of society, and particularly realistic literature attempts to portray what is seen and heard around us. And films, we find, is a better media now because reading of literature and writing has gone to the background, and we find the younger generation are more addicted to viewing visual representations of experiences. And that is what we have with the Z generation in this society. And different kinds of experiences are being portrayed today by women in and around the world who have sought to showcase the strong and divergent voices that questions many of the established norms and practices. It is good to remember that some time back we had Dr. Swapna Gobinath from the University of Pune who talked to us about the representation of women in Indian cinema. It was an eye-opener for most of us because she started with women way back, the Mother India image that we had once. Then we went on to talk about the kind of body shaming that was being done through films of women. Finally, she was talking about the slow changes that have come to the representation of women in films. Our last speaker, immediately before this, was Rajeshwari, who was a playwright and the founder of Niriksha. And she talked how street theatre have made inroads in creating awareness about domestic violence. Today, we have an award-winning film director, Tara Ramanujan, with us, and we are very happy that she has been able to join us today. Tara is a familiar figure for us because she is also the niece of Sri Devi teacher, who has given us a talk on this platform and who is very close to aesthetics, literature, writing, and even today she continues to write on the Facebook and continues to speak to the public at large about her experiences, about what it means to be a woman then and now. When we introduce Tara, and I'm sure most of you want to know who Tara is, because she is not a very familiar figure in Kerala. Most of her life she has lived in the US, and even now she shifts between US and India. But it was an eye-opener for me when she sent me her film, Nishido, which won the award of a director of an award-winning film. And Tara's film really shook me a lot. It really made me think about what films could be and should be. Because here was a very realistic representation, but very aesthetically produced. The essence of aestheticism that we find in imagination was coupled with the reality that she was representing. We all know in Kerala, some of you are from outside Kerala, but in Kerala, we have had an influx of migrants from other states. Much has been written about the hardships that they endure. Much has been written about how the Bengali and the Assami in India, in Kerala today, has taken over the jobs of the Malayalis. And you don't find Malayalis working in Kerala. If you need to find them, you have to go to the Dubai or to the Gulf countries. So there's a kind of reverse migration as well. Nishido talks about this migration of people from other states to Kerala and how they coexist in the situations that are now here in our state. Her central characters are strong, independent women. She actually started writing for films, and her first drama was Samarpanam, which was an investigative drama in Malayalam in 2017. And as she says in her CV, she is a multilingual person, very much at home with a number of languages, Hindi, Tamil, Malayalam, and of course, English. She speaks like a native English because she has been in the US for a very, very long time. One of the things that I found very interesting about Nishido, about which she will be talking, and I think in the discussions I will talk more about it. One of the things that I found interesting was the way in which women got represented in that film. It was not only a woman-centered movie, it was also a movie where a number of women and the experiences of women from childbirth to death got represented, and how the characters interacted with the male counterparts in the film. She talked about many issues like Nirbhaya, born and dying every day through this projection. And you get this feeling how women and the girl child are not accepted by society or In fact, they are not welcomed into our Indian society. And there is always this resistance against women. To introduce what she has been doing during all these years, I must say she's a very multi-faceted personality. And I was really wonderstruck by the kind of roles that she has been doing. From 2019, she has been a filmmaker, writer, director, and screening these films in various festivals. She won the Kerala State Award for the Best Film Nishido. She went to Ottawa for the film festival, got the Best Film Award, screened her Nishido film at festivals in New York, in Frankfurt, Dhaka, Dubai, Bangalore, Kolkata. And now she is actually developing a screenplay and writing a children's book. And one would think that that was all that she has been doing, but surprises are to follow. She was educated here from MG University with a bachelor's degree in sociology, then did a bachelor's degree in information systems, went to USA and did a Master of Arts journalism, the University of North Texas, Denton. She even worked for 3 months at a Buddhist monastery run elementary school in Sikkim in India. She taught English, reading, writing, made a curriculum for the children. And I think it is that experience that she had way back, I think, the beginning of her career, that has in fact left the seeds of creativity in her, and she has started to write children's books. She was also the lead teacher in the Montessori school in Houston in Texas. And not just a school teacher, then she went on to be an office coordinator in an aesthetic family dentistry. So the way her interests have shifted, she became a copywriter later on with the media and marketing group in New Jersey, US. And what she did there was write copy for the gaming and the entertainment history. So it's right along you find this notion of looking at what she has been doing. One feels that she has always been interested in making people happy, to help them to see the joys of life, right from helping children to helping in a dentistry office to media and marketing, where she did copy editing for gaming and the entertainment industry. She was also a copywriter for the Design Shack in Delhi, in India, for some time. And then another role that she donned, or another cap that she put on, was that of an initial distribution analyst in the Verizon information system in Dallas. Learned about data maintenance involving business transactions, creating purchases, orders, presentations. And then she worked as an accounts assistant in a seafood brokerage in Livingston in New Jersey. And I liked that comment that she had there, where she says that she has a very detailed knowledge about fish markets all around the world. And though she developed an allergy for crabs, she has an infinite affinity for all things that have fins, that are part of the sea. So that's a very interesting background of Tara that we have with us. And I'm sure that she is going to entertain us as well as sensitize us to many of the issues that we see and overlook in the society around us. Most often we do not see to see, and it is writers and creative artists like Tara who help us to see those hidden mysteries or what we take for granted. And that is what makes art, and that is what brings aesthetics and cinema to the forefront of our experiences and our visual experiences. I talked about literature as something which we read, we experience, we see the social reality around us, we are entertained by writing. But when it comes to cinema, it's a visual world. And in this visual world, unless the director is sensitive enough to retain our interest and retain our concentration for the period in which she talks about or she shows her film, she will not be able to do or be able to satisfy what she wants to do. And I think Tara's Nishido is a film that really makes you sit down and not just see it as an entertainment, but see it as something that really disturbs you. The first part of the film really disturbed me much because I felt like it was something like an experience that at once is realistic. You know that every woman passes through a childbirth. It's a childbirth scene that she has at the beginning of the film. But a sense of repulsiveness also came in the sense that this is something that I don't want to see because it is so gruesome, because it is something that really distances you from your own experience, because every woman goes through that experience of childbirth. So this kind of duality, I think that is what really moves through her entire films. It's a strain that she carries right across, where life and death stands at two extremes, and birth and death stands at two extremes, and it is the life in between that she questions, she looks at, and she tries to understand and tries to make us understand. And it is this visual storytelling which she has in these films, which creates an awareness of many women's issues. And I think it shapes our perceptions. It challenges many of the norms that we take for granted. It provides a platform for marginalized voices, because in her film, it is the marginalized that are centered. And these marginalized voices are not just women's voices, but a social voice, an experience of something that is around us that gets represented. I was thinking about all those women-centric films and women-centric novels that I have read and that I have seen. And I must say, Nishido stands apart. It is something that I found very unique in the sense that it did not go through the usual beaten track of what it is to be a woman. It did not try to make woman as an opposite to the male. It did not even try to show that women's experiences are not something that we can appreciate, and women's experiences are something that we try to run away from. So many issues like that, I think that is what makes Tara's award-winning film, Nishido, an exception and a class by itself, I should say. And I take this opportunity to congratulate Tara for this wonderful film that she has made. Now, with these words, I would now like to welcome once again all of you, and welcome Tara Ramanujan to this forum. So a very warm welcome to you and all who have gathered here. Thank you. Now, Tara, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Jamila ma'am, for that very nice, those nice words. I really appreciate that. Now, Nishido is my first movie. I consider it my first movie because Samarpanam, I only wrote the screenplay. It was directed by somebody else. So it was that person's vision that came through. And now I have to apologize before I go any further. I know I speak fast, really, really fast. But if at all I go super fast, please, Jamila ma'am or Bhuwana or somebody just jump in and say, slow down, because I'm used to talking like this. Thank you. Now,
you're fine now.
First, thanks. First, I want to thank all of you for having me here. It's a very nice forum. I'm so sorry that I haven't been here before. I'm sure I missed quite a lot. And Jamila ma'am just mentioned Swapna Gopinathan's. I'll go back on YouTube and see the video if I can catch it and watch it. That'll be nice to see how women in Indian film has moved from Mother India to where we stand now. That'll be nice. I hope that she has done all of it. I mean, it's not just, it's just all movies and it's not just art or commercial. I really do not like that separation, but I hope it's all about Indian movies and I would love to watch it. And thank you for having something like this, giving us a voice, giving everyone a voice to listen to people who have done something. I have to say that I do not consider myself a director or a writer for that matter, because I just started this. I mean, this was an opportunity that came my way and I grabbed it. And at first I have to say that I didn't think I could do it, like direct a movie. And I just wanted to just write a story and see somebody else make it. But then it came to a point where I had to. KSFDC, which for those people who don't know, it is the Kerala State Film Development Corporation. It's a state-run thing. They had this call out for screenplays because they thought that women should have a voice in film industry, which was a really nice idea. And they gave this chance that they selected a screenplay from, I think they selected 2 screenplays at that time. That was the first year that I got selected. Myself and Minnie, our screenplays got selected out of like 58 or 60. And they didn't give us funds. They had KSFDC helped us with the production and we could direct the movie. And unfortunately, it was during COVID and we had a tough time. The first year we couldn't even shoot because we had COVID and we had to wait. I think we had to wait like around 8 to 10 months. And then we started shooting and we finished it. I mean, my shoot was around 28 days. Post-production went around to 2 to 3 months. And all of 21, I kind of spent with Nishuddho. Now, it was a really, how do you say, a learning experience. I can't say a wonderful experience because I was in the middle. I mean, it was just like being chucked into the water when you really don't know how to swim. It's a movie. I mean, I've only watched movies till then. I haven't even been on a set. I think I probably watched a shooting for a couple of movies, but I've never been on a set. I really didn't even know what to do to begin with. But I had a beautiful team with me, which they helped me out. My cinematographer, my editor, my ADs, they all jumped in and they helped me with the movie. So I have to start with thanking them and the crew. And I have to thank KSFDC for the opportunity. I think the idea was born out of WCC, who came up with this idea of having women do a film or giving women a chance, specific. Now, I know that a lot of people have issues with, how do you say, reserving funds for a particular group, well, minorities, and, telling them that this is for you, you can go ahead and do something. And people might not like it because there are people from the regular mainstream who are also waiting. I understand that, but this is something necessary that, you listen to minorities and at least you listen to different voices. You get how do you say, a balanced view when you have all kinds of things. You have the extremes and you look at the average. So once in a while, when you listen to a minority's voice, that's nice. It's great. It's giving a chance for people who have been trying to say something. Mainstream film, of course, especially Malayalam films, had central women characters. Well, I wouldn't say central, but strong women characters, and a few with central women characters, and they've done really nice. And but it still had a commercial, what they call quote unquote commercial, which I keep saying I don't like it, but I have to say it because it's meant for entertainment. Because films are such a how do you say, expensive entertainment art that it's really hard to make a movie and say that this is what I want to say. If you want to see it, otherwise don't. I can't do that because I have to say something. I'm using somebody else's money. Okay, I cannot just go ahead and say that this is my movie and this is how I want to portray it. You guys want to, watch it, otherwise don't. I can't do that because there is somebody behind me giving me an opportunity, and that person hopefully will make some money back so that person can go ahead and give this money to somebody else to make their movie. That's what I was hoping. Well, this is my opportunity. This is the opportunity that I got from KSFDC. So I went ahead and made the movie. People ask me, what kind of movie is it? And I say it's slice of life. I say it's a real movie. But most of the people don't want to watch real movies because they would like to watch something that they can get away from reality. I mean, I used to, when I was a kid, I would love, I still do, watch Hindi movies, especially because it was fun and it was music and it was songs, and I used to love that. And I never really questioned how real it was. But then as I started growing up and I started watching other movies, I really wanted a part of me to watch movies that kind of not just entertained me, but made me think. So I like to have a balance. I want to be entertained. I know I understand the fact that when I come back at the end of the day, when I'm tired from the office and I come back home and I do not want to watch something that makes me even, how do you say, like Jamila ma'am said, I'm going to borrow that, disturbs me. I like movies that disturb me, but not many do. They'd rather have a feeling that, something is good, something happy. When you walk out of a theater or when you finish watching a movie, you want to feel better, I guess. You don't, all the time, you don't want to be disturbed or sad or thinking about other things, thinking, especially in my movie, people walk out of it and say, ooh, okay, there is no romance, there are no songs, there is no something to be happy about. Everybody doesn't live happily ever after. So I'm not intentionally making it like that. My story, for me, it had all these things other than songs. I had hope at the end. To me, I was giving both people a chance, an opportunity in life. I'll talk about the movie in a bit. So, but that was what films. I kind of watch everything. I like to watch Malayalam movies. I'm a bit choosy when it comes to Hindi movies these days because I know what kind I like. So if only somebody tells me specifically that this is something that you might like, I'll watch it. I didn't do that when I was young. I used to watch everything. And I used to love, I have to say that I used to love watching Doordarshan and on Sunday afternoon. And that's how we got started watching regional movies. And I'm lucky, very fortunate to have a family who watch and listen and read a lot. And I do not do any of those things as much as any of them. Like you mentioned, Shridev teacher, my dad, my mom, they all watch. No, they don't watch movies much. They read quite a lot. And somehow or the other, it has filtered down to me, even though if I don't read it, when they discuss things, I overhear and I kind of absorb things. And that has been my childhood. That has helped me look at things differently. And I can, for no way can I claim to be a director. I borrow another phrase called accidental director. I happen to be here accidentally. I started something I like to write. I found out that when I read a couple of screenplays, I kind of liked the format, and I said, "Oh, this is nice," and I started writing in screenplay format. It shows you what you see and what you hear, and you can put things down. It is not as what do you say, as entertaining as reading a book or a novel, because that kind of flows. I mean, you're in there. This you have to worry about structure and format and what are you putting down there and how does the scene go. But I like it. I kind of like when I watch a movie, I kind of look at it and say, oh, this is how the screenplay must have said, how they placed it. And that's something I think I liked. And this just happened out of one of the courses, the classes that I had to take. And that's how I picked up screenplay writing. And I seem to like it, so I just go ahead and do it. I mean, it's nothing, how do you say, profound has come out of it. I made this movie, but I don't know. Jamila ma'am told about my life and my career. I never had a career. Somebody asked me the other day, I only have jobs, and I kind of jump from one to the other. It's kind of a, how do you say, a process of elimination. When I say that I studied information systems, and then I said, no, I did not want to work in IT or computers. I did not like it. And sociology has helped. Sociology has helped me a lot. But then I started doing journalism, and then I finished and I said, no, I do not want to be in a journalistic field. I do not want to be a reporter. So it was more of a question of what I didn't want to do. And I kept jumping. And now I'm here. I think I like it. I don't know how long I'm going to stay, but I like movies. I have to tell you this, films and movies, it's a kind of strange industry for me, and I do not understand how people work here because it's such a hard industry. I had to make a movie to understand that it's such a hard thing to do. Now, I will not ever again criticize a movie when I watch it, saying, "How come they couldn't do this?" I have said this so many times now when they ask me. It's no fun, and it's not a simple thing. And nowadays with digital, at least you can see and watch what you just did and correct it. And I can imagine how it was during filming, as in with films. It's probably really hard because you have no idea what you just shot, and then you have to go back to the editing table and kind of figure it out, and continuity and those things that when I watch a film now, I have a whole new appreciation for this art form. I will never, ever, ever call somebody saying, why couldn't you have done that? I'm sure they had enough reasons. I mean, because it's not a simple thing. For my movie, I had to have 2 or 3 shots of a train, and I know the hoops I had to jump through to get those. I mean, that was about me and my film. How do you say, my background. Now, Nishidho was a story that I have family in Calcutta, so I kind of visit them once in a while. And I've always, my mom, when she reads Bengali novels and she tells me she likes this, she likes that, I kind of pick it up and read it. And I remember when I was not too old, I was probably 16 or 17, but Prathama Pratishruti came up first in Madhubhumi. That's how I started reading Bengali novels. It was a translation. But I love Calcutta. I go there, and every time I go there, it's something nice. That city kind of is so old. You look at the buildings, it has history and everything. You can just see everything that you read in the book, even now. And those old buildings with their slatted doors. I love that city. And I went during Durga Puja. And once I started seeing things, and Nishidho occurred to me from there, because you see Devi and Durga Murtis, you watch what they call pandals, we call pandal, and you go from one pandal to another, and you see all kind of different Devis. They make sure that one Devi, the Murti, is different from the other. I mean, they have a competition. They don't even tell you what they're making. Every mohalla kind of place, every area or locality has their own Durga Murti, and they will make it significantly different from the other person. It's not just a Murti. They have so many other things going on. And being in Calcutta during a Durga Puja kind of gave me Nishidho. And coming back to Kerala, I kind of, like Jamila ma'am said, you see things and you listen to things. I see in Tripunithura or Ernakulam, where I'm from, you walk around, and almost all the industries, we have migrant laborers now. And it is not a question of who works or who doesn't work, and not pointing fingers saying that you can work here, you can't work here. It's about people trying to live, trying to make a living, just like we do. We go from, I might come from a small village, I'll move to the city. In olden days, people used to go to Chennai, Madras, or Bombay, and then it was Persia, and then it became the GCC, and now it's the US, and now it's all the world. So when you go from one place to another with hopes that you can make a better living, you become a migrant. All of us are, and to a tiny extent, all of us are. When somebody moves from Mavelikara to Trivandrum, then you are in one way a migrant. You may belong in Kerala, but then you're going from one place to the other. Same way from Northeast or from another country, they come over hoping to make a living, hoping they have dreams, they have hopes, and they come. And I've seen people. We had a person who was in our flat helping us out. He was from, I think he was from Bihar, and he would go home once a year. And when he goes, he just had so many things like gifts and everything. Like for a month, he would be buying stuff, and then he would go for 2 months, and then he'd come back. And like all of us there. So we used to say that, oh, this is exactly what we used to do when my father used to work, not for a long time, but he used to work in Saudi. So this is the same thing that my Achin did, and somebody else does what I do. I kind of jump back and forth between the places I like. Now it's become more of a norm than an anomaly, that's all. And when you call somebody a migrant and immigrant, and it's how you look at them. So in Kerala, we have this, we used to kind of use the word Tamilan, and I'm so sorry, I do not mean to offend anybody, and you have to be extremely careful these days. And I am saying that this was what we used to say. So somebody else from another state would come in here and work, and the vacuum that has been left, because a lot of Malayali population had left to another country to work, and now you have Tamiran. And all of a sudden, like the past 10, 15 years, Tamiran has been replaced with something which we call Bengali. And is that person from Bengal? I don't know. I mean, for us, Bengali is anybody that does not belong in Kerala. I think even if he's from maybe Rajasthan, I think you would just call him Bengali. And that kind of made me think. I mean, and I'm standing in Ernakulam and looking around. I understood that almost all the restaurants, we had people from other states working. And any of the beauty industry, if you go to how do you say, a salon, there will be people from different state working there. There's no problem, because I'm sure Bombay used to be like that. And all of a sudden we are kind of going back and saying that, this is Kerala, Kerala is different actually. We say that you're Bengali or you're from another state. I forget the Malayali term for that. We used to say a word for that. Anya Samsthana Thorilaligal. Yeah. So I kind of wanted to kind of understand their experience. And I started reading up on it and looking into it and talking to people. And that's how I got Nishidho. And it was a lot of my imagination, but I kind of used the migrant experience of Chavi, which is my central character, and Rudra, who's from Bengal. So I took this Tamil and I took Bengali and I kind of mixed and made a story. And I tried to kind of explore and explain certain things in the movie. I won't say explain, explore. Because we have Durga Puja and how we look at Devi and how we look at us as in women. And for us, Devi is a very different thing. For Devis can do a lot of things. Devis can, Devi as such, goddess, can do a lot of things, which we don't question. But women cannot. And if we do certain things, we are asked why we do it or asked not to do it. And those are the things that went through my mind when I started writing or thinking about Nishidho. And how do you say, I remember reading a story a long time ago about infanticide. And somehow that played a part in the story too, that, that women, girl child are being killed in many parts of the country. It's gone down, I know, but still the chances, because there's a typical thing of asking like if it's a boy or a girl itself. But Kerala has been different all the time. And Kerala had, I remember the ratio was more girls than boys at some point. I think that has changed now. But all these things put together gave me Nishidho. Nishidho really means forbidden. And I took that part of the word from something called Nishidho Palli. Nishidho Palli is a Bengali word which they use to say an area which is a red lit area, it's a red light area, which we call brothels and other kind of things. Some things that we do not want to talk about or taboo things happen there. Nishidho Palli, so forbidden areas. Now, the thing is that for Durga Murtis, when they go to make Durga Murti, they make Durga Murti, what they call Murti, the idol, the big ones, from Ganga Mati. Mati is soil, clay, earth. And into that Mati, each and every Murti is expected to have one fistful of Mati from a forbidden place, which is exactly a brothel. And you have to go and grab a handful, the pujari or whoever is making the puja first before they start making, when they start making the clay for the murti, you have to have a fistful of Nishidho Palli's mati. Punya mati is what they call it. How ironic, but punya mati. And I just loved that concept that you have to have a mati, fistful of mati from a brothel included into the Durga Murti. And for me, that was perfect. I mean, because all classes, every woman was represented in a Devi or a Durga Murti. Now, I read somewhere that this was because a lot of people believed that men or whoever goes into the forbidden territories left their good spirits or their good part outside the forbidden area. So the ground in front of the brothel or the prostitute's house had all the goodness of the men. And that's why they included this fistful of mati, which I do not want to take. I do not like that interpretation. I stick to mine. I stick to the ones I read again, which said that all classes of women and every woman is represented in a Durga Murti. I love that idea. So I borrowed that too. I have borrowed heavily from Durga Puja and a little from a Tamil folk art piece called Periyachiamman. Okay, Periyachiamman, when I read about her, is about a folk goddess who protects pregnant women and children. It's a very folk, like you see these Kaval Devams in Tamil Nadu. When you drive through, you see these huge statues of people with like huge eyes and with kudiras and horses. I'm sorry, I kind of tend to go off from English. Please remind me. So that I kind of mixed that too. Periyachiamman, for me, my character had reflections of Durga and reflections of Periyachiamman in her, because all of us, we have this nurturing, I shouldn't generalize it, but most of us have this thing of nurturing something, a life, a plant, any kind of life. And also we have, I think, inbuilt with us the potential to be a destroyer. I mean, if you want a Durga person to kill an Asura, I think we have it in us. It depends on which buttons you push. I mean, if my child or my loved ones is being attacked, I'm sure I'm capable enough of that, hurting or defending or even attacking other person to stop it. So I wanted to show that kind of duality. It's not even duality, it's many things. In a woman. That's what I was hoping with Nishidho. And my character, Chavi, she is everything that you see around you. It's like she's a midwife by night. She is a helper to a person by day. She does other things. She picks Akri up, that is Radhi, and she does a lot of things. And so for me, she represents many things in all of us. That is my Chavi. Now, my Rudra Pal, is from Calcutta. He came with one of his uncles down to Kerala, in my story that is, and has been to make a Durga Murti some years ago, 4-5 years ago. But then he found out that life was better in Kerala, and so he decided to stick on. And now they work in the construction industry. Now, the story starts when one of his uncle falls and dies from a building that they were working on. And now Rudra has to go and find, at first he tries to send the body back home. He can't because it's too expensive. And the construction company is not going to cover the charges. So he says, okay, let me find a funeral place here. And I want a priest to do the typical funeral rites. And he goes around to find someone and he can't. And then finally he has to settle with Chavi, who's from a Tamil colony. Her grandfather used to be a funeral rite person. And she helps him with the funeral. And so that's how they know each other. And Nishidho kind of goes along, shows you a slice of their life when they meet and when they part. Okay, this is a few months maybe. And what happens in their life? They understand each other. They have trouble because they don't speak the same language. Now they kind of communicate with a lot of things, with their gestures, with the words, with other things. And somehow they end up having, I don't want to call it a relationship. They have something for a few months, and then something dark happens, and they go their separate ways. And I ended with that because I want Chavi to be a person with, options other than just a love affair or a marriage or a relationship. I want to make sure that we have other things in life. It doesn't have to, like Hindi movies used to end with the girl and the boy running away or getting married and being, always a fairy tale ending, like happily ever after. Now, I always had wondered, like, what happens happily ever after? If like a movie starts with a happily ever after, that has happened now. And then, what happens in their life? Like, I watch Kayamat Se Kayamat Tak. Okay, that's like Romeo and Juliet. The ending is tragedy. Other movies, and I say, oh, they lived happily ever after. But you want to start with happily ever after. And I didn't even give Rudra and Chavi a happily ever after. I kind of left it there. I kind of left it open-ended. I mean, they have their own lives. And maybe somebody asked me, like, in future, maybe Chavi will go searching for him. Yeah, sure, she can. Or maybe he will come searching for her. Yeah, you want a typical Dilwale Dulhania Le Jayenge, and somebody did want it. They said, oh, she should have jumped on the train and went with the guy. In my mind, I don't want it, but if somebody wants to think like that, they can. And so I want to say that for me, films are about imaginations and options, and having a voice to say what you think, expressing what you want. And films are so good because they influence you. I mean, in many ways. Be it a mass entertainer too. You go home happy. There are things about the movie that you have, in some part of your mind. They might make you feel sad, feel happy, like Ms. Jamila said, disturb you. And from that disturbing, I think you can start thinking of an awareness comes through. Social changes happen from there. You start thinking, somebody told me that they don't look at a migrant like a Bengali bhai anymore. And that's probably one of the best things that someone has ever told me, because I was happy, because they said we started looking at them as a human being with their own things, their own desires, their hopes and dreams. And I think that's probably the best thing that can happen out of Nishidho. Now, I do have a slideshow here, which I go through. I can just go through the slides so that whoever hasn't, and I'm sure that's most of you who haven't watched the movie can get an idea about the movie. And then you can, if you have any questions or if you have thoughts, you can just go on and tell me. Jamila ma'am, shall I go ahead and get into the slides? Banu? I'm sorry, let me see, who was that? Yes, Bhuwana, sorry.
Shri will share the screen.
Oh, okay, thank you.
Jamila, just unmute Jamila. Jamila, unmute.
Just in a minute, I will share it.
Oh, let me ask everybody, am I going too fast? Am I speaking too fast?
No, you're fine.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, I'll start it. I'll put it on the slideshow mode. Okay,
Please, thank you.
is it okay?
Yeah.
I can see it. I hope you can read it.
Yeah, we can.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's fine.
Yeah. Hello. Okay. Shabda.
Yeah.
Is
Tara,
it
you
okay?
want- As and when
Tara?
you want to use the slide, you can ask.
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, you don't, great. You don't have to see me. You can just look at the slides. Now, I have, this is a Durga Murti, Durga's face. And I just did it because those are different ones. Okay, the bottom one is called a Tana chalk, which means the eyes. You see those eyes are long. If anybody is familiar with Durga Murti, you see them very common. The long eyes. It's called Tana chalk. I love Tana chalks, but it looks so different. And so it's Nishidho, forbidden. And okay. Bhuwana, can you go to the next one, please?
Yeah. Is it okay? Can see?
For me, it's still stuck on the first slide.
No, I put the second one.
I think the arrow key should work. If you could just hit an arrow key, it should work. Down arrow should work.
Yeah, it's
Or even
it's
enter
on the
should work.
second one. Jamila ji, can you
It
see
is?
the second?
one. We can see.
I'm on the first one. My screen just shows the first one.
I think your
see
network
this
is slow. That is why it is taking time to come on.
Can others see the second slide?
Yeah, got it. Yep, I have it. Okay. Now, I have this. This is a slideshow that I made for people who would see, they have to make sure the producer or somebody. So this is kind of which we call a deck, a pitch deck. So let me just read it. It's a long line. In the bustling city of Kochi in Kerala, a migrant murti maker from Bengal, desperate for help with cremation, and a tough Tamil midwife who moonlights as a funeral priest, form a fragile bond that is threatened when she's accused of a heinous crime. Now, that's my movie. Bhuwana, next one, please.
Okay. It's not moving.
No.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This is how Kumatuli is an artist colony in Calcutta where all the Durga Murtis are made. Okay, it's like streets and streets of Durga Murtis, of different Durga. It's not just Durga Murti. They have all kinds of the how do you say, the Mahishasura, the lion, Subramanya Ganesh. It's like streets and streets of Durgas. I mean, not too many, but like 3, 4, 8 streets completely. And they work all year. It's not just Durga Puja. They have all different puja. They have Kali Puja. They have Saraswati Puja. So all the murtis are made here. So it's Kumatuli. Now, the fun thing is that I had to find a person. I found somebody who was a woman, China Di, who makes Durga Murtis. She's a rarity because most of the murtis are made by men. And China, nowadays, I think there are like 3 or 4 of them. And China Di is the first one who started making a Durga Murti. And for me, finding her and talking to her was great because to me, she kind of, how do you say, wrecked the older thing that's saying that women could not make Durga Murti. And she, for me, is Durga Murti herself because she started making Durga Murtis and she made the first androgynous Durga Murti too. She had an Ardhanarishwara kind of Durga Murti, which was perfect. I like her because I like her. She's a really strong woman. Her name, China. Okay, and when I heard that name, I thought it was China, as in China, the country. But and I met her and I understood it was China, as in Chahiena in Hindi. It means Chahiena. Now she happens to be, I think, the 4th child in her family, 4th girl child. So her mother named her Chahiena, saying that I don't want you. And for me, that was such a shocking thing to hear. And the funny thing is, in Bengal, there are a lot of Chainas. And it's really shocking to know that your mom or your parents or your family kind of names you that we don't want you because you're a girl. And China Di kind of proved them wrong. And she is the breadwinner in her family. And she makes Durga Murtis. And I'm so proud to have met her. And great. Okay, I'm going to the next slide just to give you an idea. Oh, okay. Okay, this is about Tapan. Tapan is the uncle. I just wanted to give you an idea because you walk around Kerala, in any of the big cities, you see these big, huge construction work going on everywhere. And most of the people are from, you listen to them, you understand that they're not speaking Malayalam, they're speaking some other language. It's not just one language either. It's a mix of probably Assamese and Bihari and Hindi, Tamil, everything together. Okay, I'm going to the next one.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, I want to talk about the metro. I have used the metaphor of a train, like the train and the tracks in this movie quite, I won't say lot, just train, because train is a big thing with migrants and transporting, getting some from one point to the other, and also train tracks. For me, Rudra and Chavi are train tracks. I mean, they're together, but they never meet. So I kind of used, and there was this part where I didn't get permission to get into the metro, otherwise I would have used it. Now they travel in the metro and seeing a life, the city life at the bottom from something, air conditioned and nice and comfortable. And for them, it was like a bubble, literally a bubble that they go through. But I could not do that in the movie because I did not get permission now. So this is about, sorry, Bhuvana, the next slide, please.
Yeah.
I have used Fort Kochi because Fort Kochi is kind of a mix of everything. There's a huge Tamil population there, a Malayali population. I'm so sorry, I didn't mean to say Malu, a Malayali population. And then there is Kutchi population from the Gujarat. And it's a mix of everything there. And I wanted to kind of use that as a background, showing that from years, I mean, at 50, maybe 100 years, the city has been host to a lot of other cultures, and we have been like that. It's not something new. Okay. Next, please, Luna. Okay. Now, I have some words here that I kind of thought that whenever you say migrant, you kind of think of these words. Depends on which side you are, but it's, exploitation.
Sorry.
That's okay. No, you can keep it. It's fine. No, not a problem at all. I can just say it. Yeah. You have cultural barriers. People come down here to Kerala. They actually, a lot of the Northeast people find Kerala comfortable because climate-wise and food-wise, they're very similar to what they have back home. Like they say March Bhat, which is like fish and rice and rain and a lot of things. And in Kerala, they find it very comfortable for them. And not to mention the daily labor rate, which is much more than the rest of India. So that's why we have a lot more migrant population flowing in, because for them, it's like Dubai or Saudi or some other place in Gulf country for us. This is the place that they go to make money, and they save money and they send back home. So yeah, those are the words that I just wanted to give you.
Should I just go back? Should I just
no,
go back?
that's okay. I'm sure that's fine.
Okay.
Okay, you have. Okay.
Okay.
That, you know, there's a prejudice among us. I mean, I'm sure there are enough criminals among Malayalis too. That's not a positive thing to say, but still. But when a migrant commits a crime, it's made. A lot more publicity has been given to that. And I'm sure there is a law and order problem that they have to find out or figure out. But I thought that, you know, calling a rotten apple. So if somebody committed a crime in Gulf countries, I would hate it to think that if there's some country would say that all Malayalis or all South Indians or all South Asians are criminals. I would hate to think that happening. So that is the same thing that I tried sometime, like with the 1 or 2 scenes, I tried to say that. I don't know if it worked, but okay. Now, next one, please, Una. Okay, I've used this. This is a place called the Dobi Khana in Fort Kochi. If anybody is from Fort Kochi, they know. This is the place where they do like laundry work. This was established, I think, sometime late last century. And the Tamilians used to work there as Dobis and during Dutch times. So this is another pocket that I wanted to show that, you know, it's not just us simple, like, how do you say, you just say laborers and migrants. There's a lot more pockets of other cultures living within us. They've been there for years. And the Dobi Khana still has a lot of Tamil workers there. And they live there and they clean for the city. They wash, well, dirty laundry, if you want to say it. Okay, next one, please, Una. Okay. Now, this is Periyachi Amman. If you look at the picture, you can see Periyachi Amman with a lot of things in her hands, and one of them is a baby. And then she has a woman across her laps, just like Narasimha, and she is kind of debubbling her. Okay. And then she has another person at the bottom of her feet too. Now, the story goes that Periyachi Amman was a midwife, and there was a king, and the king had, the priest told the king that his next child would be like Kamsa kind of story, would kill him. And so he didn't want the child born. So he had asked the midwife to take care of it with his wife. He wanted the child killed. But Periyachi Amman got so angry that she killed the king. And well, the disembowelling here is shown of the woman, the queen. And she became a goddess for the folk people there. I mean, for the folks, as in they wanted her to protect the pregnant women and infants and babies. So to me, my chavi is something like this. Okay, next one. I just show a picture of a Fort Kochi street. It comes into how do you say, the town, the area, the locality plays into the movie. Now I have next one, please, Buona. Okay, this is Kadamakudi. I've used the marshes and ponds around the area a lot because I wanted to show that. Okay, when you watch a movie in Malayalam or Hindi or another place, there's always this dream sequence. Okay, now it started off with being like somewhere in Munnar, like 50 years ago it was Munnar, and then slowly it moved on to Kodaikanal, and then it became Kashmir or somewhere else, and now it's like it's not even how do you say, and then obviously Switzerland. And now it's not Australia. It's always a new. They always go find Iceland, and it's every movie I find something new. Somebody told me they showed Iceland the other day, and I was like, wow. I think the only continent that kind of skipped it is South America, and every rest of the continents they have covered everything. But I wanted to show that when your exposure is not that much, when you dream, what do you dream? I wanted to think that I don't know anything about Kodaikanal. I don't know anything about Kashmir. I don't know anything about Switzerland. What would I dream about? And for me, it was the deep, dark waters of a marsh or the area that I would see at Ernakulam or Kochi or in Tamil Nadu. So I kind of used Kadamakudi and the pockets of not so, how do you say, nice areas around Ernakulam and Kochi for them to dream and walk around for my hero and heroines. Now I showed Vatriti there. I was at, okay. Now, next one, please, Puna. Okay. I have migrants and they're all waiting. And this is kind of the story in almost all the states. And for us too, when we try to get out of here, nowadays the kids are trying to get to the US, no longer still, but Europe. You're always trying to see if there is somewhere else, somewhere better that we can go. And you're always filling out papers and passports and making money to make sure that you can always get a better life. It's most of the time you're always thinking that a life in another place that you hope you can make money, or you see yourself working in a better place. And every migrant, be it from within the city or within the country or out or not, that's what you're trying to do. You're trying to make your life better. Okay. Next one, please. Okay, I use this one in the movie. It's called Shankha Chil in Bengali. It's a kite. It's a Brahmini kite. And they are migrants too. Birds are migrants. And I wanted to use him or her because I use a song called, I have my Rudra playing it, a saying called Abar Ashibo Bhere, that I will go back to my Bengal one of the days. And for me, this kite is kind of symbolic of everybody wanting to go back to their own lands. Okay. Next one, please. Thanks, Luna. Next one. Yeah. Yep. Oh, I know. That's because I think this, I'm so sorry, I'm to interrupt. This slide has some music in there somewhere. So something or the other goes, but the text comes only with the music or something. So sorry about that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
I hope you can, I hope the music is not bothering you.
No. Music has
Okay,
not
good,
come.
great.
There's no music.
Okay, I'm glad. Because I just saw that there was a microphone at the bottom, and it's I'm hoping not a microphone, a speaker. Okay. Okay, my tracks. Now, I have. Sorry, Jamila ma'am, is there anything you would like to say?
No, you
Go
want
ahead.
the music? You want the music to play, or then I can again, I'll have to again
There was
reload.
music? Yeah, I can't, I couldn't hear it.
No, there was no music. If
No
you
music.
want the music, I'll have to put it in that. Again, I have to put the presentation.
Oh, no, that's okay. We can just go on. As long as they can hear me talk, I'm fine.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, I'll go
Yeah.
back to the slide. Sorry about that. These are my tracks, my
This one?
train
You want
tracks.
this? Okay.
You can read that. Yeah, it's about the migrant life, the puja and the fish curry that I kind of mentioned. We have a lot common with Bengali culture, especially Kerala culture. And I kind of borrow that in the movie too, because we have rice and fish is a big thing for us. And for Bengalis, fish is a big thing. It's a great thing for them. And the weather and the rain and everything. I even mention the politics, the government, and how the women have more voice in, I believe, and I don't know how true this is, but I feel, this is my opinion, that I feel that women have a lot more voice and placing in Kerala and Bengal. So I've kind of used that in the story. So, and I think that's about it. Yeah, I just used Jeevananand Das. He's a poet, and his words in there. Okay, my tracks. Now, I talk about trains, and I've used trains. I would have loved to use a lot more trains in my film, but I couldn't because it was COVID time, and railways had a lot of restrictions on who could get in, who could shoot, and we had to kind of we had to stand on the platform and shoot. We could not get on the train, and I wanted to show train as a huge symbol of our hope. In the movie, Rudra has this habit of recording trains coming and going. And he says that each train has a different beat. Each train sounds different. And for me, that was very, that's like a personal take for me, because when I first moved away from the country, whenever I used to see an airplane, I would just hope I could somehow get on it and just get back. It was too expensive for me to do that. But still, every time I would see an airplane, I would just say that, oh my God, I wish I was there. And I have a feeling that a lot of migrants, when they see trains, it's home for them. And Rudra says that's the heartbeat, like the heartbeat, tatak, 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 tatak is the train sound is for him the heartbeat, and it reminds him of his home. And I think a lot of people who live outside their home, it doesn't have to be in a different, country or anything. Even within the state or within the country, if you move away, there are things, there are fragrances, there are, things that somebody says, all of a sudden you just remember about your back home, how it was. Sometimes when people do tadka, which is like mustard and kadiga and all, and I'm quickly transported from wherever I am to my mother's or my grandmother's kitchen. There's certain smells and certain fragrances, and it's just so quick to take you back. And for me, trains have I would call it a smell. I don't know if it's good or bad, but sometimes it's a bit metallic. It has got a little bit, I'm sorry to say, the urinal or something. And for me, it's always a train smell. Whenever I get onto a train, I say, oh, it's got a train smell. And my hand usually smells like that. And maybe somebody here, my Rudra takes his hand and smells and says, that smells like home. That smells like train. So that's why I was using my train. And the tracks kind of, one of them is, for me, Chavi. The other one is Rudra. They're together, but they never meet. Train tracks don't meet. So I wanted to use that too. Okay, Bhuwana, the next one, maybe, please. The snakeheads. Another symbol that I'm using is a snakehead, a fish. For me, Chavi is a snakehead. I mean, they kind of dwell at the bottom of the pond and they eat the dirt there. They kind of clean the society. They clean the unwanted ickiness from a society. So for me, Rudra gives her a gift as a fish, because he knows fish. He's from Bengal. But she doesn't look at it as a nice thing. She hates it. She kind of says that, it's my pond. Do not put your fish in there. Take it out. And this is the time, I mentioned the infanticide here. So can we go to the next one, Buona, please? Before the infanticide. Okay, chokudan. Choku in Bengali means eyes. Okay, now when they make a murti, they draw the eyes only on a special day. Durga Puja just got over. Mahalaya, they draw eyes. So for them, murti is just a clay figure until they draw eyes. They draw eyes on a specific day. Mahalaya, early morning, they draw eyes, and once they draw the eyes, it's a goddess. It's no longer a murti. It becomes the goddess. From then on, she is goddess. They look at her as a goddess. It's not a murti. You do not mention it as a clay idol. It's more like the goddess, Durga, Ma Durga. Okay. We go to the next one, please. Okay. This is from Geeta Arumudan. She's a journalist. Now it's about infanticide, how girl children are killed, thrown away, did not want it. I wanted to show you that for me, Chavi, my Chavi, is a short form for Chavilaye. Chavilaye in Tamil means that does not die. So Chavi was somebody, a midwife, had tried to kill Chavi when she was a baby, but she never died. So they tried different things. It never worked. And it's when you start reading up on infanticide, it's very, very disturbing and dark. And it's to see all the things how people would try to kill a girl child. And Gita one says that if the first child is a girl, okay, there's a slight chance that she might, survive. The second child is a girl, chances go down. And if the third child is a girl, for sure, she might not survive. This is not a generalization. This is just a fact. And the statistics come up in Tamil Nadu and some other places in North India. So this is not a generalization. This is something that I think in 1995 or something Times came up with a scoop of this. And Geeta Arumudan's This Disappearing Daughters mentioned this. So I kind of picked it. And yeah, it's gone down. I know that, but we have a long way to go. Okay, now this is what happens to the Durga Murti after the puja. Okay, once it's what we call Visarjan, when they take the Murti to the Ganga, preferably, or any of the water sources, and they Visarjan mane, they put it in the tank, and they're just like Ganapati Murti. And the idea, the concept is that Durga Devi, as the daughter, she has come back to visit her parents' house for 10 days. And on the 10th day, she goes back to her husband's house. So then they wish her to go and come back next year. That's what they kind of wish when the goddess is put into the water. Now, after the goddess is the murti is put into the water, cranes come and pick it up. And they put all the murtis to one side, like garbage. Okay, now that I have to tell you, that is the time when I started thinking about Nishidho. When I saw the Devi put into the water and then a crane or somebody coming and picking up all the murtis, the leftover of murtis, and putting it in a garbage pile. For me, that was kind of shocking. And I started thinking about Nishidho at that time. So I did tell you about Punyamati and Nishidho Balli. But this is an image that I borrowed to show you 10 days goddess, 11th day. This is what happens. Okay, coming back to our story. It talks about our characters, Rudra and Chavi, that Rudra gives her a ticket to go back with him, but she never kind of takes it. She decides to stay back and she doesn't go with him. That's not like it's not a typical happy ending. Do the next one, please. Thanks, Mona. Now, this is the Devi Murti when it goes into the water. And this happens on Dashami, the 10th day. I think it just got over like last week or the week before. And that's what they say, like Ma Avar Ashbe, as in come back soon, come back next year. That's what they wish the goddess. Now, next one, please, Mona.
Yeah.
Now, for me, the last part of my movie was shot in Madura, in a place called Kuilkudi. It is in one of those areas where there used to be a lot of, it's not the area, but around that area, this is like Madura suburbs. There were plenty of infanticides a long time ago. So I kind of picked it. I wanted it to be somewhere there so that I could give the feel of where Chavi came from. And I kind of borrowed from it, saying that, if you know the story of Kannagi, and I kind of made Chavi into Kannagi because I wanted her sitting on top of the mountain, in a hill rather, in Madura, and kind of look down at the city that was burning, if you know the story of Kannagi. And Kannagi is also a folk goddess. Kannagi became a folk goddess, a Devi. Okay, now, okay, next one. This is from the Mexican border. Somebody, this was like an exhibition that they kept, an installation. I have it at the bottom. It says the installation of backpacks left behind by unauthorized border crossers along the US-Mexico border. And this is pretty much, it's not just India or any other country. It happens all over the world. People are trying to get a better life, and people die along the way. And this is a collection of the backpacks that has been left. And I kind of find it sadly funny because almost all our Bengali so-called bhais have a backpack too. Almost everybody carries a bag. Even they come from wherever they come from with a bag, they leave with a bag and a huge box with all their stuff. So I kind of found this in a way very poetic, that it's not just us, it happens all around the world. And I just borrowed Rishi's words. There floated the debris of the soul, broken memories, severed mother tongues, untranslatable jokes, extinguished futures, lost loves, land, belonging, home. Now, this is something that we can all identify with. The language, the changing. Jamila ma'am mentioned that my language has changed. I've been outside the country for the past probably 30 years. And yeah, I do know that I have a strange accent. It's not American, it's not Indian, it's something. But I've never forgotten my Malayalam. My Malayalam is with me. Nana Malayali, and I speak in Malayalam almost all the time. But how you communicate with somebody, with your there are so many things that I can say in Malayalam better than that I can do it in English. So how they lose their language, how they lose this way to communicate with others. I wanted to bring that. Okay, this is about me. You can just skip that. And I guess the next one, please, Punna.
Huh? Pardon?
This I think Jamila ma'am kind of mentioned, and this is part of it because I have to do it on a pitch deck. We don't have to stay there. We can go to the next one. Okay. Now I use these things in my story. That is medium. That is what we call Areli in Malayalam, which like a year or so ago, the girl swallowed Areli and she got poisoned to death or something. I remember that happening. So that is what I use. I mentioned this in the story. That's because in Tamil Nadu, they take the seed of Areli and they kind of crush it and get the pala out of it, the milk, the sap, and it's given to kids. It's poison. Actually, all part of the plant is poisonous, but that particular seed, and that's not the red one, that's a yellow one actually, the Nerium oleander, which is poisonous. So I wanted to say that Tagore has a play called Rakta Karabi, which is red oleander. And the funny thing is about oleander is oleo means I kill, and it means man. And a fun fact is that, not fun, important fact is that the first flower to bloom after Hiroshima was an oleander. And I wanted all that to show that it's a survivor, like my Chavi and like many of us, the flower is a survivor. Okay, talking about puja again, this is a puja picture. Most of the pujas are Sarvajani, what they call it, because it's a common puja. And my hope is that I can read that. Puja, truly Sarvajanin puja, where on Mahalaya, humans are born and are given the gift of vision, of seeing everyone as equal, where mutual respect will be the theme, irrespective of gender, caste, color, or money, and not just for 10 days, but for a lifetime. That kind of is my movie in a nutshell. Okay, next one, please. These are just questions that I throw at you. You know, is it when you look at a woman, do you see a goddess, or a woman, when you see the goddess, you look at her as a woman or a goddess kind of thing? We can just go through one now. It's just give it like 10 seconds and we can just go through. Yeah. And it's about, I use Ganga quite a bit. I wanted to say that Ganga is supposedly pure. It starts off with from the Himalayas, but now what you see at the bottom is Ganga now. So you know, we have to think about these things. Pollution, it's not just about, being empowered is not just about women and everything. We have to worry about environment. That's a big thing for me. So, and next one, please. Yeah, the bags. It's funny because they have the backpacks, and most of the Tamil workers have this kind of bag that they use. And they go to work in the morning, they have their tiffin, what they call their tiffin, their lunchbox, and whatever they have in there. And I have a small scene where I have all these Tamil workers waiting with all these bags. And I wanted to show that, you know, there's only things that you carry with you. For the backpacks, this one. Next one, please. This is my China Di. Okay, China Di, as I said, was the first woman to make the Durga Murti and the first woman to make an androgynous Durga Murti. She's to be commented. She's great. She has been to Kerala. I know that she made 2 years ago, I think she came down and made a Durga Murti for the refineries. I'm so proud of her. Very strong woman, really liked her. Okay, and the next one, please. I kind of borrowed from Pravina Solomon too. She handles and she manages a crematorium in Chennai. Not many people do that because they don't. In our culture, women are not supposed to handle this. It's, you know, you're not even supposed to go to a crematorium or when they do the last rites. It's changing. I don't know how much of, what that can really do to a real life thing, but it shows that things can change. And when you look at roles can change too. So I'm very glad for Pravina too. I spoke with her and I kind of took a bit of her and put her in my Chavi. Next one, please. Kumatuli, just wanted to show you a picture of it. And the funny thing is, when you walk through Kumatuli, you have the streets lined with the murtis. It doesn't matter where they are. You have goddesses sitting there and you have public urinals right next to it. You have streets, you have cars parked, everything. But those are goddesses. And we do look at them as goddesses too. So we have this very strange vision. You see women walking and you just see women, but you see clay on the side of the street. Doesn't matter. That's goddess for you. Okay, the next one, please. It's just Koilkudi. This is where I shot. They have this beautiful, beautiful lotus pond and a temple for a folk, not for Periyachaman, unfortunately, but a folk god. And that's the next picture. I show that. It's like a Kaval Devam. Machavi is a Kaval Devam for me. I've used this place as a location. And next one, this is all about like the things that I've used in the movie. It's like a Kash pool. This is during puja. You have Kash pool. And anybody who has seen Satyajit Ray or Pathir Panchali, you know that he has used it too. So it's just my hope and my connection to Bengal that I bring. Yeah, and this is just, you know, if you look at the picture carefully, you can see people sleeping on the street, you know. Those are all mostly migrant people, and they don't have anywhere to sleep. They do that. That's the dream. And this is hope. If you come to the next one, that's a railway station where you have, yeah. If you, 2 years before COVID, when you used to go to Alua or any of those stations, especially Alua, this is what you would see right before the trains towards Northeast would leave. The station was packed, and they would be all waiting with their bags and their packages and the huge 2 bottles of waters, because it was jam packed and you can't even get into the train. It's like, I don't know, 500s maybe in a cabin. They would be all sitting on all 3 berths and crashed, cramped, and that's how they would live for the next 3-4 days. And I just wanted to show that. You know what, this is just showing you. We can just go ahead and switch this off. We are done with yeah, we're good. We can get out of that. I'm sorry it took so long. I didn't think it would.
1 minute. One. Yeah.
Sure.
I'll stop sharing. Okay.
Okay. All righty. Now that is me and my Nishiddho. Now, anybody has thoughts, anything to say? I would very happily listen to it, please.
Thank you, Tara, for that very interesting and inspiring, I think, presentation. Took us to so many issues. And as you said, you know, it is something that really disturbs us. You have brought in so many symbols to illustrate what you wanted to convey. And what I liked most of the way you have used nature into how you have been able to link nature with human life and human experiences. I think it's a wonderful movie that you have created, something that really is thought-provoking. So thank you so much for coming on this platform and sharing your experience.
Thank you, Jamila ma'am. That's exactly what I would.
Into the platform, and anyone can please go on. Yes, Bhuvaneshwari wants to say something. Go ahead.
Actually, yeah. First of all, thank you so much for. I mean, every time you called me Bhuwana, I felt so. I felt so. The thing that we knew each other for a long time. It was like friend calling. That was very. Thank you so much.
I think I'm getting a bit garbled. I'm not so sure if that's with everybody. Does everybody?
I think she switched it off. Go ahead, Bhuvaneshwari.
Yeah. No, that is first thing I want to thank you very much for that. I found it so very, closeness to the whole movie also. Okay, then just one thing is that Maithili is again,
Will you switch off your mic? Bhuvaneshwari.
Okay. You said accidental director. That was, an accidental director bagging an award. It's quite exemplary. You will do a lot in future, I'm sure, if you can do that, accidentally.
It is. Oh no, honestly, I don't think I want to do it, because I did it and I have no idea how I finished it. And I look back on it, and everyone says that when you look back, you say, "Oh wow, wonderful!" I kind of I'd rather write. I have always found that, and I think I'll come up with the movie and I let somebody else direct.
You can do really well, I'm sure. And
Thank you.
there are just 1 or 2 points which you made. I would like to, when you said that you never criticize a movie after some time, because what happened, an experience, we were sitting with somebody, Jagannatha Varma, there is a movie actor, no? His son is also an actor. We were talking to each other.
Is this Bhuwana? Is that you talking? It's Bhuwana, right?
Jagannatha Varma. Yeah.
Yeah, because
Jagannath
I
Verma.
can't see who's talking. Yeah, I can only see a window which says Bhuneshwari Ravindran, but I have no
It
idea
is
who's talking. I'm
Bhuneshwari,
so sorry.
Bhuvana was talking. Yeah.
Bhuvana only. Yeah, Bhuvana only. Okay.
Okay.
You can
And
hear me? You can hear me?
yeah, the thing is that I can hear you, but there are words kind of being dropped, but hopefully it's okay now. Please go ahead.
Okay. We were talking about a film, There was a film, 2015 film of Tamil by Vikram. We were saying such a waste of money. I don't know why they made it like this and all that. So this person told us, never, please don't say like that, because it's a livelihood of so many people. So many people are so much of money is invested. So many people are affected by these movies. It's a livelihood for me.
Exactly.
So thereafter, we realized we should not criticize that way, good or bad. We can say about a theme, but not about a movie as such. That was before my own son started doing the film. After that, I knew how difficult it is to do it. That is one thing. And about this migrant labor, I mean, the way you have shown in the movie, I'm sure I'm going to see it, watch it. I've never watched it till now. I'm going to watch it. The first thing now. Uh, Migrant
Okay.
labor is, here in Kozhikode and all, every hotel, every place, shops, they are there. And when we talk to them in Hindi, we are used to talking in Hindi, so they feel so happy and they serve us better. That's what I've noticed. Really, that is what I wanted to tell you. And that's nice theme that you came up with, the lives of
So
the
what
migrant
Bhuneshwari
workers.
just said, the way you
Yeah,
have used language in the film
Yeah.
is
yeah,
very, very
Okay.
appealing. The different languages and how they are still able to communicate with one another. And the
correct.
broken Malayalam they have picked up because that becomes the place of their stay. I think that was very well brought out in the film.
Can I say
Thank you.
something, Jamila?
Okay, that's really
Can
Yes,
I
yes,
okay.
talk?
It was
yeah.
excellent. Thank you so much for such a nice discourse.
Can
Thank
I
you.
talk? Jamila,
Thank
can
you.
I say?
Thank
Can,
you.
Yes, Kamini wants to say something.
yeah.
Would you like to respond, Tara?
That was wonderful, Taraji. So
Gee,
realistically, you have presented it. I'm 100% sure you have inherited this quality of wanting to read and write from your aunts and everyone. So that runs in the family. So I'm very happy
it
that.
runs in the family. Yes. Thank you. Yeah, all of them do.
Uh,
I mean, they read a
yeah.
lot. I don't. I mean, these days I
And
don't even read anything. I mean, yeah.
this female infanticide, I remember reading it many years back when I was teaching in the college. I was
Mm-hmm.
teaching the students. This is a village in Madurai, near Madurai, called Usilampatti.
Uslambeti, right? It was
Yes,
Uslambeti.
they don't want any girl children. So either when the child is born, they put a pillow on top of the child, a baby, infant, and kill it. Or after the child is born, little older, they add some rice or wheat into the mouth
Inside the mouth.
so
Yep.
that they die. The situation is not that
Okay.
good even now. Even now,
Okay.
they don't want girl children. They don't want girl children. That's
I
it.
know, I know. It's tragic when you read about it, and the way that, I mean, when I heard, then there was something that said that if it's a newborn child, I mean, this is heart wrenching. I know that you don't want
I
to
know
listen
it's
to this,
very
but
sad. I
uh,
know.
you take a wet towel and put it on a girl baby, and you just put the fan on high speed and you just leave her there. Oh, so they say then that she dies naturally. There's no suffocation nowadays because it's illegal nowadays. The police they do come to your door if the baby dies within like a week or 2 weeks. So they say that the baby just died naturally. We just left her there, and they just put like a wet cloth on her, and she
Yep.
does that. I mean, it's horrendous. I can't tell you
Very
what all
sad.
they can do.
Sorry to intervene.
Ramanujan, what is
Sorry to intervene. I am Basanti Ramesh. Just they will put the rice in their nose, not in mouth.
yes, rice in the nose. Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Yeah.
you. Yeah. Then
Can I
what is
talk?
this
I'm
type of
Asha
thing?
Deshpande.
Pardon,
Hello, can I
you
talk?
say. I'll talk.
Yes, Asha Deshpande.
Yeah.
Asha, yes. I just wanted to talk.
I
I am in at present I am in US, but still
Okay,
your
Asha.
topic is so interesting. So that's why attending this, and I was just astonished to listen all these things, and I really want to see the picture. I want to
Thank you,
say
Asha.
two points. That is one, you have raised about the clay from the women who are doing the business of what we call it as a
Workers.
so those why it was used, because it is our belief that they don't have any widows. They all are having the husband, and that is why that clay is important to make some like this.
Okay.
So that is a contention, which is one of the contention in this clay. The other thing is that the train which you have shown the last, those trains are going on, and these trains are going on the parallel way. So these two are also on the parallel way,
Yeah.
so that they cannot beat each other.
They cannot
It's
wait.
really, really very much interesting, and I will definitely see the picture. And
Thank you.
very much.
Thank you. I will.
Thank you.
Thank you. No, thank you, all of you. Thank you so much. I
Yeah.
mean, I'm so glad that you guys are all
Hello.
saying all these comments. I'm so glad. I'm so happy. Thank you.
Yeah, hello.
Yes,
Good evening,
Sarama?
everybody.
Yeah.
Yes, madam. Good evening, everybody. And I really, from my personal side, I really want to thank Tara, madam, because at this senior age, the information we never had, that input, first awareness is given to senior citizen like me. That is what I was thinking. No, very well, and so fast you spoke, but so clearly everything, and so many things which never heard in our life also, you made it so clear. Only our good wishes for you, madam. And such talks are very much essential for youth of the college. No, Jamila madam can arrange this, because the youth also may not be having such informations. No, it is very, very important, and such experts are there we have in our hand. And then why can't we take it to them to spread it out?
We will do that. We will do
Yes,
that. We will
yes, madam.
certainly
That
do
is
that.
very, very, very important. It is, yeah. Awareness
Thank you.
we
Okay,
got.
my
Thank you once again, and thank you for AIWC for organizing such nice talks.
thank you.
It
My
is. Thank
TG
you.
wanted to talk. She is unmuted. My TG.
I would like to say something.
Yeah,
Jamila.
go ahead, Gultiti.
Ji, Kuljit ji.
First of all, thank you so much for arranging this program. It was a very thought-provoking movie. The way she has presented, she has touched so many aspects of the evils of this life. But the most important thing which has impacted me the most, that is about the condition of the migrants. These days we are talking about the migrants in foreign countries in America, how they're being treated. But we are never conscious, or we are never thinking about what is the pitiable condition of these migrants in our states. In our states, we take it for granted, and we look at them with a certain kind of hatred that they have come to my state and they have taken away my rights. But the way she has shown the last two photographs, they are sleeping on the roadside. They are waiting for the seats in the train, and how 3-4 persons sitting on one seat, and for days together they travel to come together to meet their families. And how she has expressed the emotions they have. When he sits by the side of the train, the tuning of the train, the dhak of the train, that reflects the dhak of that man's heart. So that way she has, I mean, in a very sensitive way, she has taken up everything and expressed as though she is speaking from her heart. Leave aside the condition of the women, I think the main focus was on the condition of the migrants. Of course, that was also there, that how they kill their girls and all. That is everyday thing we hear in the country. But about migrants, I think because in Punjab also, there are so many, there are more than 1 lakh migrants. But I don't think that I was so concerned or conscious about their problems. So this has at least opened my eyes and made me aware that how difficult for those people this is to leave their own homeland, to leave their state, and to shift and adjust to the other place where they don't know the language, the culture, the close ones, the dear ones are not staying along with them, and the difficulties they have to face. Thank you so much, Taraji, for
Thank you.
bringing
Thank
out
you,
all
Kuljit ji.
these
Thank you so
facts,
much.
all these
Let me
things.
say
Thanks
one
a
more
lot.
point, Jamila.
Yeah, go ahead. come.
Because I was stopped in between. I wanted to tell you the other day when we had the AIWC regional conference in Trivandrum, Dr. Vijayalakshmi was telling me that her team had done a project on AIDS. I was always under the impression for the past few years, AIDS has come down. But she was telling me that the maximum AIDS is seen among the migrant laborers. That came as a surprise for me, eye-opener to me. The poor people are all here, the wives there, they miss their homes, they miss their land.
Kamini, that is understood. And the families are away, and sex is a very natural need for the men.
Need.
So whosoever is, available, they go and do without realizing that whether she is suffering from HIV/AIDS or something. We have done this program in Chandigarh.
No.
I asked this girl, asked this question from a married lady. I said, "You are married. Why you are into this sex work?" She said, "बच्चे कहाँ से पढ़ाएंगे, madam, if I don't go and do the sex work?" So these are all their compulsions. So we should have sympathy towards these people. We always question their integrity, but try to understand what is their psychology and what is their need also. So that's why a lot of this HIV/AIDS and all these patients you do get, at such places. Sorry to interrupt.
And I think, Tara, you have nicely balanced the man-woman relationship. Like, even though it is women-centric, we say it is women-centric. I also like the way in which you have brought in Rudra and Chavi, and the way in which the film gives us a more comprehensive picture of migrant laborers, not just migrant women or migrant men. I think that was a beautifully thought of idea.
Meela ji, please arrange for the show of this movie if it's possible.
Yeah, we will do that. We'll ask if Tara will allow us to.
We would love to see.
I'll post. If you look it up in Google, I think Wikipedia kind of says the C-Space link, and unfortunately, I do not have it. I sent it to Jamila ma'am, but KSFDC wants people to go to the site, the C-Space site, and watch it. So if you can, I'd really appreciate it. I'll send it's on in the wiki, but I'll make sure that Jamila ma'am has the, I'll get the website from I think it's called C-Space and something else. I'll send it to you.
I think every one of us here should see it.
Yes, we must.
C-Space, but we don't know how to access it.
It was wonderful.
But we don't know how to access it. Let's see. Let's find out.
I think Tara will be able to send us some link, some way in which we can get to the movie.
Because the one that I
there was this inscription.
I sent the one that is like the director one, so that the KSFDC kind of watches it, like who watches where kind of thing. It's on C-Space. Yeah, it's like a Kerala State's OTT. So I will send you the link on that.
Maithili,
I think Maithili, she's not there.
No, she was here just a minute back. Maithili?
She's there, but can't
No,
maybe she's not.
Maybe she's not able to. Only her name is there. Her name is there.
Yeah, we missed her.
Maithili,
still there. Maithili is still there.
Maithili? Yeah, she's unmuted, but I don't know. She's not speaking.
Maybe while we are waiting for her, I'll just quickly read what we have here in the chat box.
Yes.
Bonishari says, I want to know more how to access the OTT to watch the movie.
I will go ahead. Yeah, I think it's on Wiki. If you do Google Nishidho with double D, it's NISHIDDHO. And it says there's a C-Space. It's on the OTT C-Space, and it has that link there. If you can click on it, I think it takes you there.
And Boneshwari also talks about an experience that he had when we went for boating and a train was passing overhead on the railway bridge. And we were watching excitedly, acting like children. That brought some memories of some of the trains. That's nice. And I also wanted to ask you, Tara, where you left the end of it was a very open-ended film, as you said, But one or two things that still disturbed me, of course, it was open. What did she do with the umbilical cord that she cuts out and keeps in her box?
Okay. It's a good thing that you picked up. Now, umbilical cord. Many cultures, in Asian cultures and African cultures, kind of believe that umbilical cord, dried umbilical cord, is a fertility medicine. I mean, they say that if you take an umbilical cord and dry it and you eat it, you become fertile. Now, I have mentioned in it that Shavi says that I cannot have children. So I haven't said it, but I just suggested it that maybe she would have wanted to have a baby at some point, and she keeps that small dried up piece of umbilical cord. Not many people have asked me, but yeah, some people have asked me, yes, why did you show that? I mean, you have her
because
kind of taking it.
I know. Because she keeps on smelling it and then putting it into the box. Yeah.
Put it back in the box. That's her box, like the things that she value most that goes in there. So there is a piece of that. So I haven't mentioned it. Maybe in my mind, maybe Chavi had a baby. Did she lose a baby? Did she, try to have a baby at some point? She says that to him, to Rudra, that, he says, maybe we'll have a family. And she says, I can't have a baby.
I cannot.
And she says, I know. And she's like, how do I know? It's something. She's not saying it. It says, I know. And I would like to leave it like that. Maybe something happened in her past.
And I think that's the way you try to connect it at the end, where the grandmother and Chavi together have the little baby in their hands.
Yeah,
and
she has.
I was wondering, is it the same baby that was supposed to be poisoned and that survives and reaches Chavi's hands?
Yeah, I've kind of wanted to give her that. That is her life. Maybe she's the kind of thing, what energy cannot be destroyed, energy cannot be created. The same way, I don't think Chavi as a baby never died, and now Chavi has the chance with a baby. So I was just giving her like a hope, a life.
Anyway, Maithili is here, so please go ahead.
I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Maithili, I cannot hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We can't.
We can't hear you, Maithili.
Yeah, she's unmuted, but we can't hear her.
Yeah. We cannot hear or see
okay.
her.
I mean, if
She
at all
was
she
there at
wants
the
to
beginning.
send me a message or anything, that's fine too.
Let her write it in the chat box.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. And somebody had raised hand, but now I don't see any raised hands.
Anila, I thought Anila had raised her hand. No more questions from the floor? Or points you would like to add? Actually, I was reminded of the Sri Lankan Canadian writer, Michael Ondaatje, in his novel Anil's Ghost. You have
Michael
this
Ondaatje's
drawing of the eye. Yeah.
Ah.
The statue, even in Sri Lanka, they have this belief that the idol comes to life only at the very end when you draw the eyes.
Oh, I've only read the English
It's an
patient. I haven't read
interesting
anything
novel.
else.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's not just like you said, so many things cross.
Yeah, it's certain things that we have in our
Yeah.
culture, like the kind of belief that it's very common. I think it's not just us. It's like, okay, Sri Lanka is very similar to us. So yeah, we have
Sri Lanka
that.
has that tradition.
Another thing which I have saw in your picture, that the lanes which were having the goddesses thing, they 2 years before I also went there in Calcutta, and I've seen those things. I really seen those things, those lanes, and goddesses, so many goddesses, different type of goddesses, then eyes and everything. It was really, really, what we can say, yes, really feeling so much.
I know. Yeah,
And I think
Calcutta
the
during Durga
theme,
Puja.
if somebody asks you what is the theme of the film,
So
there's a multiple number of themes. Yes.
Yes. So many threads have been touched, and really.
And
In the
Bhubaneswar,
Visarjan, as you say, and put it, happens in the Ganpati also, no?
yeah.
All the idols are put in the sea, and yeah,
Yeah.
that
Whenever you
also,
see that
yeah.
happening, then that it was really very much painful to us, because
Mm,
sometimes you see the hand, sometimes you see the face, sometimes you
yeah.
can see the city.
Ah,
But in Bombay, what happens? It is because of the sea. They go inside the sea and they visarjan. They do the visarjan. So we
Visarjan.
cannot see
Okay.
all these
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this is, I think nowadays it's Ganga, they have limitations. You can't do it because it's illegal, because it's
Yes.
getting
Yes.
polluted. So now you can't really do it in the river.
Yeah.
Now, Maithili is
That
unmuted.
I think she isn't.
I think she's talking with someone else.
Someone else. Yeah, yeah. I think
Bhubaneswari, I like the movie I.
oh, you like the movie.
I like the movie I, and the beautiful songs, beautiful
Okay.
picturesque
Yeah,
scenes,
yeah, yeah.
and beautiful actress. Okay.
Okay.
Penny?
The movie begins with a song and ends with a song
Yeah.
that is a
Yeah.
mixture of Malayalam and Bengali.
Mm.
So,
But that
Usha,
was
you would like to say
so much
something?
of money spent on it, so much of crores, so much of finances it would have. But
Right.
it was this thing also, the crores of rupees they recovered also
But
that
then
movie.
I liked it. I liked it. I like Vikram also.
Action. Vikram, yes, he's a.
Usha, you would like to say something before we
Yeah.
close the discussion?
Now, since there are no questions, we can wind up now. And thank you, Tara, for that wonderful talk. It was like, you let us enter your mind and follow your journey, right? From the time you conceptualize the movie and every step, how you made the movie, how you made the character say something or do something. And it was really fascinating. It was as though we were with you while you made the movie. Thank you so much. It was very, very
Thank you.
nice.
No, thank you all. Thank you, AIWC. Thank you, Jamila ma'am. Thank you, Bhuvana. Thank you, all of you. I mean,
Thank you.
it's
Thank
wonderful
you.
that, I get
Thank
to
you.
talk
It was,
about it. And
We
I
all
really liked it.
we were all
thank you.
really
It was wonderful having you.
watching this and
Best
forgetting
wishes.
our surroundings. We were with you all the way.
very right.
I
Thank
really
you.
you said about Calcutta. I also I think most of us in Kerala we grew up reading Bengali stories either in English or in Malayalam translation, because a lot of Bengali
Yes.
literature got translated
Bengali
in
translations. Yeah.
Malayalam.
Yep.
So, it is always like, you relate to Bengal some way, saying,
Mm-hmm.
thinking you are close to Bengal. And I always wanted to go and see Bengal after reading all those Tagore stories and
You
all.
should go. Yeah, if you haven't gone, you should go. It's beautiful.
Then I had the opportunity of going during Durga Puja, as you said.
Yes.
And then you realize, in spite of all the problems, Calcutta is a city that is, again, really fascinating, and it enchants you. And then it is a city with a soul, which you
Very
don't
right.
feel if you go to some other city like Chandigarh. You go to Chandigarh, you see that everything is done with clinical precision. So you really don't feel that Chandigarh has a soul, because it is a planned city. But Calcutta is, it is something very, very organic. It has been growing and it is still growing, and it has a soul. And the people are also so friendly and full of dance and music, and in spite of all the problems.
And
So
lovely buildings also, lovely buildings.
Old buildings. Yeah, it's got a
Very
very
nice.
nice personality. It's old. It's very
Yes.
charming.
yes,
It's like
Charming,
it's
yeah. And
you can say, yeah, the colonial
Shantiniketan.
buildings. It's beautiful. They have that. It's the all the gullies that you go in. It has a personality. They have their own character. You
yes.
don't you don't mistake Calcutta for
Yeah.
any other city. If you walk through
Any other
Calcutta, you
city,
know you're in
exactly.
Calcutta.
And then I also just wanted to add a point about the umbilical cord. in recent times, they are saving it because stem cells, you can harvest stem cells from the umbilical cord. So now there is a system of preserving the umbilical cord so that if that person has a problem somewhere during his life, his or her lifetime, stem cells from the umbilical cord can be.
There's a stem cell harvest. If you can get it, it's in the cord. You can get it
so
from,
in, medical,
amniotic fluid too. So now it's
Yes.
become a big thing. They kind of save, nowadays, not all, but a lot of people save their placenta.
Yes.
And I know it sounds very strange, but placenta, they make it into pellets and they keep it and they eat it and they make shakes, all kinds of things, honestly. But then this is ancient, this is ancient wisdom that said that women who could not have babies, I'm sure it's kind of mythological too, mythical too, I don't know exactly. They say that if you get to eat a fertile woman's piece of umbilical cord, then women who cannot have children might be more fertile. I don't know how far that is true, but I just used that because I kind of liked it.
No, but now in the scientific field, very scientifically, they are harvesting it and keeping it for future use as part of treatment. So, maybe, there was something in the traditional wisdom also.
Yes.
Yeah, most of the times that is science is based. I mean, a lot of things in the olden things that we use is not based on science, but there are scientific explanations to it, which I like. Yeah.
So thank you, Tara, and thank you all my friends.
You're very welcome. Thank you for watching it so carefully. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much.
And Tara, we'll send you the links of our future. We will send you the link for our
I will go ahead and
AIWC
I will go
talks.
ahead and put you I'm sorry.
No,
please do join us. I will send you the link for the AIWC talks that we will have.
Oh, please, yes, I will go. It's on YouTube, right? I'll go ahead and check.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. So
thank you so much. Thank you all. Thank you, Bona. Thank you, Jamila ma'am. Thank you all. Thank you,
It was nice having you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, no, I have to say that it's been an honor. It's an honor. Thank you.
Yeah.
Hello.
I really
Thank you, Jamila.
Thank
you, Usha.
Thank
you.
Usha,
you didn't invite her
with all
to
the other
member
ones.
of
Good luck with the
AIWC.
next ones.
So
Usha?
much.
Usha?
Ashaji. Bye-bye.
Hello. Bye-bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you very much.
And happy Diwali. Bye. Thank you.
Happy Diwali to everyone. Yeah, we have a Howrah Bridge there, or is it the US?
That is
the US bridge.
Video. Background is of the bridge.
That is Hemachechi.
Yes. Okay. So thank you, and we end our meeting. And
okay.
See
Usha, invite her to be the member of AIWC. That's what you have been doing always.
Yes. Thank you so much, Kuljeet. Thank you everyone for joining, and we expect you next month also when we come back with an interesting talk on a different topic. And in the meantime, we'll be having other webinars also other than the literary and cultural forum. So that we are hoping to start a new series on women in different challenging careers. So we'll be having the first talk on next Saturday, where we'll feature a retired Air Force officer, a lady Air Force officer who was one of the first to join the Indian Air Force. So she'll be sharing her experiences with us. And we hope to cover different careers. Dr. Kamini is organizing that series. So please join us next week. I'll be circulating the link very soon. And I hope to see all of you there. And then next month, we'll be having the next talk in the Literary and Cultural Forum and many more. So we hope that all of you will join us and continue to support us in our endeavor. Thank you so much. And thank
all
you,
the best, Usha. All the best in the future endeavors.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Usha, at what time? Next Saturday, at what time you will be having this seminar?
4:30. We always have at 4:30 in the evening.
Okay. So that I can attend, because next Saturday I'm coming back to India. So that's why I just wanted to know.
But otherwise, I'll send you the YouTube link. You can always watch
that
it.
Is okay. But listening in the proper way, at the time of webinar, it's a
Interactions
really,
are, yes.
yeah.
Yeah.
Interaction is more important than watching the video.
Yeah, please do join. We are very happy that you come in and then you join in the
And next
discussions.
Saturday also I can join because I'm living in the night. So morning I can attend because now it is my 8:15, that is 9 o'clock. So I have started attending this by 7 o'clock. So next Saturday also I can join, no problem. Thank you.
You had your breakfast, Asha?
Just mention.
Yes, no, I have to have the breakfast now afterwards.
Okay.
So
Okay.
I would like to just inform all of you that AIWC elections for the president's post is taking place very soon, and the nominations have just been finalized, and the two candidates are Asha Deshpande and Gurjeet Kaur. So I take the opportunity of wishing both of them all the best. We
Thank
hope
you so much.
Thank you
Excellent.
so much. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank
you.
you.
Yeah, we also join Usha in wishing you all the best.
Long time. We hope that we continue to have a good leadership in AIWC.
With your cooperation, Usha, we need your support.
Thank you.
And your cooperation.
Thank you, Asha. So
Thank you.
know by end of December, we know who's going to be the next president.
Yes.
So we hope to welcome the new president in December. And happy Diwali to all of you. And we hope to see you again in our next session. Thank you.
Sure.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you. And
so
very,
much.
very happy Diwali. And today is Dantesar. Dantesar, yes. Happy
Happy
Diwali.
Diwali to
Dhanteras,
everyone.
Dhanteras.
Happy
Dhanteras,
Diwali to
Dhanteras.
everyone. Happy Diwali to everyone.